Hello everyone, this is Suffolk Graham here from Rand Nerds. Welcome to my review of episode 9 of series 8 of Doctor Who, entitled Flatline. As I've mentioned in my previous reviews, there will be some minor spoilers ahead, so if you don't want anything ruined for you, turn off now. So Flatline takes place, pretty much 2 on from last week's episode. Doctor's trying to take Clara back home, agreeing that he's going to take her back, put her back basically exactly when she left. He gets the time right, gets the date right, misses by 100 odd miles and ends up in Bristol. But that's not always problems. They soon discover that the TARDIS is shrinking, and as a result of which, Doctor and Clara get separated, with Clara having to go out and do the being stuck on the outside, Doctor stuck on the inside. So Clara take on actually Doctor's role and actually go and do the investigations for him. And he's relegated to being sort of systems control back at base, as it were, guiding and helping her along the way. And then, so Clara then has to go off and investigate Sue's mysterious disappearances, and it's linked to a new life form from a different dimension. I have to say, episode I thought was brilliant. It's written by Jamie Matheson. Jamie Matheson was the same person who wrote Mummy on the Orient Express last week, which I thought was another excellent episode. And I would say what I thought made it good is it's gone back to a classic Doctor Who setup. Now, it comes down to really sort of initially starting a normal investigation, then it comes down to a group of people stuck together facing an enemy they have to of they've never encountered before and having to deal with the enemy. I'm thinking previous episodes, a series such as Horror Fang Rock, Robots of Death. Those remind me a lot of Science and Library, Forest of the Dead from a few seasons ago, season 4. I've honestly thought it was a brilliant episode. It was paced brilliantly. The plot lines I thought were good. The side characters were interesting. What was really nice is that it allowed Clara to expand a bit of what she's actually like. We got to see more of her. It's actually nice to see a bit more of her personality come out, which we hadn't seen for a while. And I've never been a great fan of Clara's character, but this episode actually really sold me to me, and I thought it really made me think more she's a more capable character. They also used an opportunity to deconstruct the Doctor's personality, mainly the way he deals with situations, how he goes in, takes control and deals with people and puts people's lives at risk, and how he justifies it to himself, which I thought was an interesting idea. You know, you're seeing if the Doctor gets seen from a different side, an uncomfortable side he doesn't quite like. But I have to say, everything about it was just awesome. Probably going to be my favourite episode of the season, so at the moment it's on the front running to be so. It reminds me a lot of, also mentioned previously on Horror Fang Rock and so forth, but the writing style of it reminds me a lot of actually the early Stephen Moffat's. I'm thinking things like The Empty Child, Dr. Dances, the aforementioned episode in the library, sort of a relatively simple threat being made more very scary. Simple, the idea of pictures becoming scary, it's interesting. I have to say the idea of not, although we've it's similar things been touched on in the past in Doctor Who, with Fear Hair, the actual overall idea I thought was very innovative. I've not seen anything, I don't think I've ever seen a serial on television, science fiction, that's ever crossed the same idea. The idea of a different species from a different dimension that has less dimension than ours, I thought was fascinating. And the way it was explored, I thought really good. The monsters themselves, when they eventually show themselves, are absolutely brilliantly done. They look terrifying. Really creepy. The way they move is brilliant. I have to say, fantastic. So, thumbs up all round. Probably the best episode of the season so far. Production of the episode, I have to say, I thought was really good. Well done as well. They've done very good at keeping it, I would say, sort of setting simple, and using real world settings, which always make it work better than sets or trying to get too much CGI in there. The effects they do have, the main effects you've got is the TARDIS shrinking and the sort of interface between the Doctor and Clara through that, because the Doctor's basically still the same size inside, but the entrance is shrunk, so he literally can fit his hand out. And the way they've made that work and sort of look together looks really realistic, really good. I thought it was very, very clever. It was, I can't describe how good it is. I mean, there's a couple of where it's a little bit ropey, but overall effect was brilliant, and they obviously had thought about it, and they used it. They didn't just stick to just do like one-off gimmick. They actually used it, and he was either passing through its hand, so he had his hand come out of her hand. But it's really quite cleverly done. I thought brilliant. As I mentioned, the monsters themselves were good. The special effects of the pictures, as people have sort of been pulled into the walls, as it were, the special effects were really well done. The fact they had this sort of bits where you could see them, they sort of 2D shapes moving, looked really good. Actually, we've seen something similar before with Fear Her, and they had sort of 2D things moving, but they were just sort of characters. Now we actually had proper 3D images. It looked like it was like a projection type setup. It might have been a projection. I imagine it was CGI though. I said monsters were good as well. They thought with the right set of Uncanny Valley. The way they move made me think of, well, this isn't a Doctor Who thing, but if any of you guys have ever played Thief Deadly Shadows, towards the end you go in an episode called The Cradle, and there's these zombies, and they move in a sort of, what I could say, a slightly similar way. So, production, brilliant as well. So overall, I have to say this is probably one of the best episodes of the season so far. I really enjoyed it. We got some. It'd be nice if we could explore perhaps the monster more in the future, although I doubt we will. In fact, I think sometimes it works better the fact that they were. It's explained what they were, but their motivations, were they good, bad, indifferent, didn't understand us. Were they evil? We don't know. It's kept very mysterious. The Doctor did defeat them in the end, but it just felt mysterious. I just thought that was brilliantly done. We also got a little bit more of we see Missy again, spoiler alert, and we get a few more subtle hints what's going on, but really tiny little things, not in any great depth. I'm not going to go into speculation about who Missy is, what she is, what the relationship is between her, the Doctor, Clara. I don't do speculation like that. Trouble with fan theories like that is most of them are wrong. Someone like that's going to be the lucky person who's got the correct theory, and when it comes out, well done to you. But I'm not going to go there. I've seen a couple of videos online, and yeah, they present some good ideas, but I'm just not going to really go there. So I just want to find out. We're only 3 weeks away from finding out what's going on anyway, so find out then. Next week's episode, I would say looks rather disappointing. I'm not going to pass judgment obviously till I've watched it, but no best way. Danny Pink in it, which is going to be painful, and school kids in it, and school kids taking a main part of the plot. Danny Pink, I think as a character and as an actor, the actor who plays him doesn't do a very good job, and I think as a character isn't very good. Kids in TV programs are always painful. People think they're cute, they're not cute, they're just painful to watch. No one enjoys watching kids in TV programs, they really don't, unless you're watching kids TV programs. I know Doctor Who's meant to be for kids, but it's a family program. Because they always write kids the same, they're going to be sort of getting smart marks to the adults, it's going to be a small child that's going to have the solution to all the problems. Like, I don't give a damn. It's just, they won't have that solution, just go away. So, unfortunately, I think that next week's going to be a bit of a bust. But like I say, I will not pass judgment until I've watched it. I'm not that sort of person. I'm just not getting my hopes up over it. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my review. If you have enjoyed this, want to subscribe to the channel. You can also have a look at other things we do on here. At the moment, it's mainly just reviews. We also do Let's Plays. Do an old game review. Well, I say old, we've got like 2 on here. We also do live streams. We're doing one this Friday, in fact, at circa 9:30, 10 o'clock, Britain time, obviously. So if you're interested, come join us and come watch that. And you're more than welcome to ask questions into it as we do it, and it'd be great to have everybody on board. Any comments, pop them in there, and I do look at all the comments, and if there's anything interesting, I do reply to them. So pop anything there you think is interesting, or opinions, or no, I think you're stupid, or I disagree with what you said there. Pop it in. All good. So, thank you very much for watching. I've been the Suffolk Grammar of Round Nerds. I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.